Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, we're going to do a lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're of the branch of Great Millstone, Montreal. I'm the brother Chayan Apash.
It's the brother Zakar.
Okay, and we're coming at you with a lesson. This one is entitled The Time of Antiochus All Over Again. Okay, so we know that we're in a time of persecution. Persecution is coming, just like persecution came back then. And you had the majority of the people who consented unto the wicked and followed after the ways of the wicked. But then you had a certain amount of Israelites that stayed in the right path, in the straight gate, and followed Yahweh Shem Shai. And those men, okay, and women will be in this time of the elect. Okay, because everything is reincarnated. Okay, everything is reincarnated. As the scriptures say, there's nothing new under the sun. So we're coming back to that time again. All right? Let's start off with Revelations 12 and 12.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Now, who's the devil? The devil is the Edomite, man. The Edomite is the devil. Okay? The so-called white man, and his power structure is the power structure of the beast, NATO and the EU. Okay? So what are they doing? They're setting it up to accuse the elect. Get me that? The woman, he was wroth with the woman. Go down in that chapter.
This is the book, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Right, the dragon, like I said, the dragon is this beast system. Okay, go ahead.
She was wroth. The dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Right. So who is he really angry with? He's angry with the elect. He's angry with those that are not following the way of his system, but following the ways of righteousness. Okay? Although we're not coming up against him and doing anything against the laws or anything like that he has in place, minus the laws that he's getting ready to implement, dealing with the MOTB and things that go against Yahweh Shem Shai. Those are the things that we do not accept. Okay? And he's about to persecute us based upon that, and ultimately based upon our testimony against him.
This is Isaiah 29:21. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for...
Might go up one verse, maybe.
Okay. This is Isaiah 29 verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off.
Right, which is Esau.
Yep.
Esau, what does he do? He watches for iniquity.
That's right.
When you read Psalms, it says how he marks my steps. Mm-hmm. Okay, what does it mean to mark your steps? It means he's watching everything you do. Right? And you can see that on a lower level, even with these regular Jake entertainers and football players. When they do something wrong, let's say if they were to slap their wife or any type of domestic violence charges, they would get crucified in the media right away, non-stop. And they'll never hear the end of it. Okay, they're still talking about Ray Rice. They're still talking about Mike Vick and all these different things. But Esau, you can have a whole island with children. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. All right, and then these type of things get swept under the rug. Dana White just recently slapped up his wife on camera, and then they're all making all kind of excuses for him. So clearly, this man is not in trouble, as it says in Psalms, as other men. Clearly. But Jake is constantly being accused. So how much more the prophets, how much more the righteous, the remnant of the Israelites, how much more are we going to be accused?
That's right.
Than these wicked Jakes out here that sold out already. They're being accused because they're wicked. But the elect is going to be accused for righteousness' sake, for the name of Yahweh Shai. That's the difference. Here we go. You want to read that again?
All right. I have some real quick.
Yeah, let's read that again.
All right, so bro. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. that make a man an offender for a word.
Right. So they watch for iniquity and they make you an offender for a word. They're watching everything you say, man. It's like Yahweh Shai, they were scrutinizing everything he said. He moved with great wisdom, man. Go ahead.
That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Right, you're right. That's what they're getting ready to do. They're laying snares.
Yeah.
So we have to keep our eyes open spiritually for these snares that they have in place. Okay? Like that NFL thing. That guy, suppose he dropped it in, but then they basically, that whole thing was fishy. Okay? They were kneeling around him, which was Masonic, and one guy was standing up with 33 on his shirt. Like he didn't get the memo to kneel down. When he sees everyone kneeling down around him, he didn't get the memo, right? So, these different enchantments, they use that to blame. These sea theorists, they know no limits. Okay? That's just one example of a snare. Salakia, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
That's right. Go ahead.
All right. So this is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Right.
He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
That's right. That's right. And the scriptures say that Satan goeth about as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Well, Esau is the actual physical counterpart of Satan. Okay? Looking to see whom he may devour. So he's moving in the same energy. Mm-hmm. So we have to watch how we move in the spirit so that we're not caught up in his snares, in his traps.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
That's right. That's right. That means we're going to be locked up in these different prisons. Okay? Break it down, brother.
Right. Right. So, like the brother said, some of the brothers are going to be in those concentration camps, where, you're going to be idle, okay? And they're going to, basically, I'm not going to say you're not going to have a way out, because the Lord actually said that they shall put some of you into prison, fear not, okay? Okay, matter of fact, let me just read on that scripture. Revelation 2 and verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Okay, so the persecution has to come. Okay, the Lord says, fear not. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. Right, so it's all part of the trials, man. Okay, the temptation, the obstacles that the hopeful elect have to go through. Okay, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. All right, so going through that persecution is part of the walk. Okay, just like the brothers in the Maccabees, they had to go through those trials. Right. In order to really test them. And what did Judas Maccabee say? He says we're going to stand for the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, and the 7 brothers were a great testimony of how we have to stand firm and remain faithful, knowing that, okay, if we perish in the flesh, guess what? We have a comforter, man. Okay, we're comforted by the words, because the word says that those that perish, man, they're going to be raised up before those that remain. Okay,
right. So and that's the point of the lesson, is dealing with those brothers in the Maccabees, because we're coming to that time right now. Okay, we're coming to that type of persecution. You have to understand, he's marking our steps so that he can accuse us. All right? Because the thing is, Esau set up a so-called democratic system where it's supposed to be about the people and freedom and liberty. So now he has to come in a more serpentine way to accuse. See, back then, Antiochus, he could just pretty much bum rush the situation. I made a decree, and that's it. Yeah. Now they got to do it more they have to use more thought behind what they're doing. Okay? Get me you have something?
Yeah.
What you got?
This is a Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb,
Right.
and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, that's that Democratic and Republican type system, man. Over in London, England, all them Edomite countries, they got the same similar, thing. The Democratic countries, they have the similar system. Here we call it the liberals, which would be equivalent to the Democrats, and then you have the conservatives, which are equivalent to the Republicans. It's the same thing. Okay, it's the 2 horns, but at the end of the day, they're with the beast.
Yeah.
So they're speaking like a dragon because they're part of the dragon system, although they're coming to you like a lamb. Right.
This is Isaiah 32 and verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Right.
For the vile person will speak.
And that word liberal, it says that the vile person no more be called liberal. That word liberal is barak. He shall no more be called blessed. Okay? Go ahead.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord.
Yeah, they're a bunch of hypocrites. Okay, and that just makes them even more of hypocrites that they try to build a system like this. But get First Maccabees, the 40th chapter, dealing with the decree.
Come. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 41. It reads, Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Right, so they all should leave their laws, right? And we had the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, of course, the righteous were not down with that. Go ahead.
It says, Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Hold on. They consented to his religion. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16. Okay, you can stay there, brother. I'll get it. 2 Ezra 16 and verse 7. Because they're going to consent again. These Israelites are going to consent unto this beast system in the market of the B-E-A-S-T. Okay, this is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 69. It said, And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So it's not going to go well for those people that consent unto the beast in this time. Okay? They're going to be had in derision. Derision means to be made mockery of, to be ridiculed, man. Who's going to be ridiculing them? Us. The same way these people took the juice, and now all of a sudden, all these people, every second you look up, oh, this person dropped it. This 25-year-old dropped it. This is not normal. There's no way you could say this is normal. What's happening here?
Come on, for real, bro.
Something is happening. I don't give a damn what's that was a psyop. Okay, that's cool. But what about the rest of these things, man?
Yeah.
43 dead, 45 dead, 23 dead, 33 dead of a cardiac. What? You see what I'm saying to you? And of course they ain't gonna come out and tell you, well, I'm the devil, and then have the tongue on TV, the tongue comes out, I'm the devil. Or no, of course not. That's not how they're gonna come to you. They're gonna come to you as if they don't know that we're crazy.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be more and more evident what we have been saying is the truth. And these people that have been as consented unto them as giving themselves to the beast, they're gonna be ashamed. Okay, it says, I think that was it. Okay, it said, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach, and in reproach, and in trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And even Israelites that are calling themselves Israelites now, these so-called these tough brews, these ice cold brews, the brews on the ice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that should be a brews on ice. Okay? A lot of them are gonna fold, man. Yeah, Captain Tazariak, he supposedly took the juice. What's that about, man? which I believe he's an insider any damn way. I believe he's set up. I believe he's a straight up agent, man. This guy's been in a lot of places, man. Okay? So ultimately, a lot of these guys are gonna fold when that time persecution comes and they're gonna consent. Matter of fact, let's look at that word consent, okay? They're gonna consent unto the system.
All right, the word consent in the online etymology, it says agree, give assent, yield when one has the right.
Yeah, they're going to agree. Trust the science.
Well,
okay.
Yield, Salaka. Yield when one has the right, power, or will to oppose.
So even though you have the power to oppose, you still yield. Like, you had the power not to take the Jews. They didn't run up and kick down your door and stab you in the neck with the thing. You had the power, but no, you chose your jobs. You chose your family, with your family's opinion over Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You can just go back to Maccabees. Okay, good.
This is
here. You want some of this? You took some?
Yeah, I took some.
Okay.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
That's right. We're breaking down.
Right here, right? So the prudent, which really is referring to the wise, okay, those that have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that follow Yahweh Shai, and they're going to foresee the evil following the prophecies, and they're going to hide themselves, okay, under the bosom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But the simple, they're not going to regard the righteousness of the Lord. They're not going to regard the prophecies. Okay?
Right.
So they're going to be taken away by any deception of the wicked. Okay? The scriptures tell you that the very, if it were possible, the very elect shall be deceived. Roughly paraphrasing.
Right. Which is not possible.
It's not possible. Okay, so back to First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Yep. So what were the strange laws? What's a strange law? To put a damn thing, a digital device inside of you to go pay for things. That's strange, man. Okay? We're alpha, you can't speak against the alphabet agenda. You know? Or PDF files. That's coming too. And if you speak against it, you're gonna lose social points. Like that Black Mirror episode, man.
Yeah.
So clearly Esau is setting up a system of complete strangeness, complete weirdo things, man. You know, where the elect is not with it. We're not with it. We're speaking against it. Okay? And we're not consenting unto that madness. All right? Even unto death, we're not consenting unto this devil and what he has to deal with, man.
That's right.
What you got, bro?
Right. It says, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Real quick, this is Jeremiah chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 5 and 26. For among my people have found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. Right, so you're gonna also have some of these leaders that are gonna consent, and they're gonna influence, other Israelites to go on with the devil's plans. You know.
That's right. Let's get Isaiah 10 real quick.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, these decrees that they're decreeing are unrighteous. Just because it's of the law doesn't make it righteous. Oh, it's the law. Well, it's a wicked law from a wicked man. Okay. let's go back to Maccabees.
All right. It says verse 45, First Maccabees 1 and 45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that it should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
Yeah. So that's what this system is going to be based on. Esau's system that he's setting up is going to be based on. It's already based on idol worship. But for you to go forward in this system, and to when you take that karagma, the whole thing for you to keep that is to be completely amalgamated into his wickedness, into his idol worship, into his sorcery, into his Satanism.
That's right.
Okay, you're not just gonna do that and then I'm still gonna I don't want to eat this, I don't want to eat that, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. No, first of all, he's gonna be looking at your brain waves, looking what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So this he's planning on doing all kind of wickedness to make sure that you go. Once you take that, you're on the left. That's it. And for you to stay in that system, you're gonna have to stay as far left as possible, man.
Real quick, Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, because ultimately, like I was saying before, right? You're not just gonna be able to do what you want. Oh, I just only eat this. First of all, they're trying to give you bugs to eat, so you can only eat a certain amount of whatever is available. If you eat certain, that's too much lamb for the month. That's too much chicken for the month.
Yeah.
No more poultry, no more this. Now the only thing that you could eat now is a worm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
No more vegetable. No, I don't care if it grows out the ground. We got no. We don't have enough for everybody. And if you take anything else, you'll be arrested. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to, bro. That's a way for him to force you to sin constantly, 100%. You think you're just gonna do what you want to do, man? Hell no, man. Oh, I want to. I don't know, man. Whatever, man. On a whole high holy day. That's a cult. You worshiping cults? They bring his social score to 0.
Yeah, quick.
No. What you gotta say, bro?
No, that's it, bro.
No. Okay? Once you do that, man, that's it, bro. Esau, he got you, man.
Yeah.
He got you, bro.
That's why he's called the devil, which means accuser.
Yeah, the devil means a slanderer.
Slanderer.
Slander, Go ahead.
All right. So, reading on.
Which is similar. Slander, accuser is similar. Go ahead.
Okay. First Maccabees 1 and verse 49. It says, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
That's it. You see, back then they were more bold with it. See, now they're coming in a more roundabout way to building a case, and we're watching them build the case, and we're showing you that they're building the case. Because everyone sees it. Who's watching? Okay, go ahead.
This is Daniel 8 and 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Yep.
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
That's right. By so-called peace, he shall destroy many.
That's right.
Matter of fact, can you look at that word peace in the blue letter Bible Kushah? So-called peace, man. Because there's another scripture that says such great plagues called they peace, man.
Wow.
So this is not real peace, man, that Esau's offering you.
All right, this is the word peace in the blue letter Bible.
Shalom.
Okay. All right, Right, so like this is the word peace in the blue letter Bible. Salva.
Strong's H7962. Shalva. Shalva.
It says
Let me see. Shalah. Shalah.
Shalom. Okay.
Girl. It says quietness. It says quietness, ease, prosperity. It's not prosperity. It's not quietness. It's not ease. Okay? Woo. How can it be quiet? How can you have quietness if, and the Lord said you should not have quietness in his belly, right? But how can you have quietness if you're constantly having to how would you say, man? You're constantly being told what to do. Everything is being marked. Everything that you're doing is being marked. How can you possibly have quietness with that? You know, you can't eat certain things. You can't do certain things. You can't move and go certain distances. That's not quietness.
Oppression.
That's oppression. Okay? And you're constantly at a threat of being cut off. You're constantly at a threat of being without. And then on top of that, the disease that's inside of you already. The great,
the disease, man.
yeah, the disease that's going to be inside of you in your hand and your forehead. So how is that quietness, man? Because the scriptures speak about it, the great, a noisome and grievous sore, which is a cancer coming upon those people. So you're not going to have any quietness, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, prosperity. You ain't going to prosper from this. Bro, they have them different classes, and that's not good for the 99% of the people, man. That's only good for the 1% elites. Because you know why? Because everyone has these restrictions, right? Oh, you can only have $1,000 in your account at one time. You have to get 2 juices per month. You got to get you can only go a certain distance. You can only do this. You can only do that. All kind of restrictions on the normal people. And then you know what the elites, the top people in that chart, the little few 1% of people or less than that have no restrictions, 0 restrictions. You got all these restrictions on what you can eat, and they got 0 restrictions, man. So they can go and put you to death.
Yeah.
All right? Right? According to their thing. And they have no restrictions on what they can do. So this is a wicked, evil system. So how is that prosperity? How can you prosper if your bank account only has a limit that it can reach? How can you prosper? Quietness, peace, abundance, and you're gonna have no abundance. Peaceably. See, this is a wicked, evil place, man. Anyways, man, Salakia. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Real quick, this is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment does never go forth.
That's right.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeds.
Yeah, the wrong judgment, man. Esau's all about wrong judgments, man. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Job 17 and 12. They changed the night into day. The light is short because of darkness.
Right. Get Revelation 2 and 10 real quick, and then we're going to jump to the Maccabees, man, to the brothers, man. Okay?
The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to be tried. We just have to be faithful unto death. Okay? It's a trial, man, of our faith. Okay? The Lord is going to make it and show us that he's with us, man.
That's right.
He ain't going to leave you where you don't know that if he's with you or not. He's going to make it where you know.
That's right.
Your spiritual eyes are going to be open, man.
That's right.
Or, you know, you have to, rather, even now your spiritual eyes, you have to open your eyes have to be open. Rather, the Most High has to open your spiritual eyes from now, okay, to see certain things to build up your faith too. Okay, there's certain brothers that's getting ready to come in now, but their faith is going to have to be built up for that time. That time, the Lord has to speak and show you that he's with you.
That's right, Doc. This is Psalms 91 and verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge, and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Right. By the time you reach to the point of, let's say if a brother's a martyr, by the time you reach to that martyrdom point, you done seen so much delivered. The Lord done took you out of so much miraculous things. You already know the Lord is with you.
That's right.
So you really don't give a damn. Okay?
Like Stephen said, many mighty works was done by him. So he was already convinced.
Right. And then on top of that, while he was getting stoned, he seen the heavens. He seen Yahushua and the Heavenly Father sitting in the heavens.
That's right.
What more need I? What more he need?
Yeah, that's right.
What more does he need, man? He seen what he needed to see. Then he said, "What, yo, Lord Yahushua, receive my spirit." He wanted to go up there. He didn't say, "Oh, please put my spirit back in me and heal me." No, he said, "Take me." Okay, go ahead, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real quick. This is John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.
That's right. Okay, well, let's go to Maccabees, the account. You know, because this is the point that we're getting to, man. It's the Antiochus, man. Antiochus.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 1.
We'll list these courageous great men whose name is forever written in honor.
Yeah.
You know, in the books.
Yeah.
You know, for this one act. Go ahead.
2 Maccabees 7 and 7, 7 and 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to take swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips.
Right. And now you Israelites are eating pork willingly.
That's crazy.
Right? You eating pork sandwiches, you eating griot, you eating all kind of pork willingly. Benjamin got jerk pork. Now certain stores you got jerk pork. What's that about? You know? So you Jakes are going to be destroyed absolutely with that mindset, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
This is the mindset you have to have as the elect. You have to be ready to die already. You have to have that in your mind. You have to have that, hey, death is better than consenting unto this Edomite. Death is better than to betray Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
You got a precept?
Yeah, I have a precept. Sure. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
That's it.
Right? It says, verse 3, then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now when he was...
So he was being cut out, his tongue cut out, different all the parts of his body. Go ahead.
Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commended him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor... Go ahead. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, let the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai look upon us, in truth hath comforted in us, and in truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants.
Right, because he comforted to know that there's people who actually believe on him. The Lord said when he comes back, shall he find faith? You know? Go ahead.
That's right, bro. It said verse 7. So when the first was dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat?
Oh, hold on. That's spiritual. Excuse me, right? It said that it will comfort the Lord, right? What was Noah's name?
Comfort.
Comfort, man. The word Noah means comfort. He was the only righteous one out of all them people. That was the comfort. Someone actually,
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
that believes on me amongst all these demons, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's right. Verse 7. So when the first was dead after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
So, go ahead.
Yeah, verse 8.
Will you take the chip
Mm.
before you get put you in this concentration? Will you take the chip? Go ahead.
But he answered in his own language and said, La'ah. Said no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did.
Right.
And when he was at the last gasp, he said, Thou like a fury take us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall rise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
Bro, man, all his parts are cut off and all these things are cut off, and he's speaking eloquently, right? So, you know what I'm saying? You don't know if these men even felt it. You don't know if the Lord even made them feel it at all. They were so in the spirit. You know what I mean? How in the spirit you have to be to see these things, these tortures happen in front of you, and to just willingly jump to it. And not only that, while you're feeling the pain, you're speaking. When the average person would be screaming out of his mind, man. What, bro? You looking for a precept?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get through that though, real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through that real quick.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, Thou like fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up.
That's right.
Who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right
like JD Niger. Some brothers laughing though. Like JD Niger, man. He put out his tongue, man. Go ahead, man.
It says, and that right soon holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, These I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them.
That's right.
And from him I hope to receive them again.
Yeah.
And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains.
He didn't regard the pains. Go ahead.
Now, when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, It is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
That's right. That's right.
Afterward, they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked he upon the king and said, Thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed.
See, because they didn't remember the latter end, man. Because and
thy seed.
And thy seed, man. So he's not just dealing with one particular Edomite. This is for the rest of all you Edomites are going to get it.
That's right.
Okay, and all you heathen are going to get it too. You heathen are going to get it as well. Okay, although the main target is the Edomites, but all you heathen are going to get it as well. And you jakes that consent unto this devil, you're going to get the punishment with them in this turn, in this go round. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 18, after him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves,
right,
having sinned against our power. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us. For think not thou that takest in hand to strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Right.
But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
So that was a sister with good faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine a woman seeing her sons getting all put to death in front of her. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, yo. Right? Especially a woman that actually loves her children.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. So that was a woman with great faith. And she's obviously of the elect, just like all 7 of them are of the elect.
That's right.
And if they're back here today, they're in the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 21, yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach.
Right.
She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But doubtless the Creator of the world, who formed the generation of men, and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again.
Hold on, wait a minute. That's reincarnation.
That's right.
So what's up with you guys with the reincarnation part? That's reincarnation right there, man.
That's right.
Go ahead. That was common knowledge. Go ahead.
That's right. As ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man, if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs.
Yeah, let's see what he said.
He killed his own family, now he wants to be, huh?
Right.
Verse 25, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the
She
trouble.
laughed at his ass, man.
That's right.
She bashed like, you fucking devil. That's what she was saying to you, fucking goddamn devil. That's what she was saying in the head, man. Go ahead.
And endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
Right.
While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment,
Right.
but I will obey the commandment of the law.
He says, wait for me for it. I'm not listening to this clown, man. This monkey. Go ahead.
But I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
Right.
And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh.
This is why the great men are the men that are in this truth. Okay? The men that trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See, if that was P. Diddy, he would have been took that. That, oh, the great man, or what? I'll get riches, what? He wouldn't even, listen. He would have already consented. He would have consented from the time he seen the first brother get touched. By the time they got brought there, he would have already consented, man. Because they're not men of integrity. They're not men of the Lord, man. They just happen to be Israelites by blood. But they're not Israelites in the spirit. Go ahead. That's right.
Verse 32, For we suffer because of our sins. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants.
That's right.
But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of the Most High. Thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of almighty power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who seeth all things. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under the Most High's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of Yahweh, shall receive just punishment for thy pride.
Covenant, he said a covenant of what?
Of everlasting life.
So that's part of the covenant they made with Israel. Right. So that's nothing to do with the rest of you heathen. The covenant of everlasting life is to the Israelites. It's not to Japheth or Elam or any of the rest of you, man. Go ahead.
Verse 37, but I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers,
Right.
beseeching the Most High that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is the Most High, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty which is justly brought upon our nation may cease. Then the king, being in a rage, handed him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled, and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme torture.
Read that again. Read that loud so you read that. No, read it properly.
Verse 42. So
Last part.
Yeah. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures.
Where I said, this is what Esau is setting up is an idolatrous feast. That MOTB and all these different things he's giving you. See, we have a feast too. He said, prepare the table in the midst of my enemies, man. Which is this truth.
That's right.
But Esau has his doctrine. He has his mindset that he's trying to push into the minds of the people, which is this image of the beast, which is tied to Satanism. And when you consent unto taking that MOTB into, and all these different things, you're consenting unto this beast system and forsaking Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, so let's just get Revelation 13.
All right.
Revelation 13, and we'll end it on that, man. Oh, you got something else? Yeah, go ahead. Read what you want first.
All right. This is the same Matthew 10 and verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Right.
For not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Right.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
That's it. So you're gonna have to take that MOTB, and that's not the word is karagma. We know that. Okay, which is something physical they're gonna put inside of you, man. And get ready to offer that to the people, as the solution. And those that don't take it, they're gonna be demonized. Okay, and those that speak against it, they're gonna be demonized. Okay, it's anti this, anti that. Okay, and threats to terrorists. They're gonna come with all kinds of angles. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 16. Great insurrection in the cities.
Oh, should we read that? Read that for it. It's okay. Well, keep going.
I'm read verse 17 again. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Well, that's it. And it's all tied to buying and selling. So how do you get food? How do you get clothes? How do you get even the apartment that you're in, the house that you have? You have to buy. You have to pay for the service. You have to pay for the time that you're there. Okay? You're not going to be able to do these things if you're not part of their system. This is how they're setting it up. So now how are the elect going to move? We're gonna walk by faith and not by sight, man. The Lord is going to guide us. The Lord is going to lead us to how we need to. Because the Lord ain't going to have you outside in a cardboard box in the middle of winter.
Come on, man. That's right.
All right? The Lord's not going to have you in a cardboard box in the middle of winter if you trust and believe on Him. He's not going to have you in that position. Okay? And do His will. It says faith without faith and works. Faith without works is dead. So you got to have both of those things. You see what I'm saying? He ain't gonna have you in no damn cardboard box, man. I'll tell you that right now. So if brothers have that mindset, they don't have that mindset. The Lord's gonna have you in a cardboard box, because that's not what did King David say? He said, I've been young and now I am old, and I have not seen
righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. What you got, bro?
This is the book of Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right. We get let's end it off on Revelation 14.
All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's it. So clearly, that's where we're going to. Okay, the time of torment, man. Okay, for those people who consented unto the beast. Okay, and took his mark. So the righteous, we're going to be like the Maccabean, but our mindset's going to be, listen, man, we rather take death. Although a lot of the brothers are not going to face death. A lot of the men of the Lord are not going to face death. Okay? But we know that that's their lot for some. That's the lot of some. But like I said, be comforted because the Lord is going to show you things that show you that he's dealing with you beforehand. Okay? To let you know, listen, you're good. Okay? You understand? This is the time we're coming to, man. And you ain't going to die. You ain't going to be starving to death. You ain't going to be freezing outside in the cold to death. All right? So with that, Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. Give all praises going on there to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Dash. Everyone else to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to Rocky Mountain. Pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Say shalom to the next video.
Shalom.
Phone was about to die.